Reason number 2 of 4 why a trust may be better for you than a will as your central estate planning document. Hi, I'm OC estate plan lawyer Michael Pevney, and today I want to talk about the second reason that a trust might be better for you than a will, and that reason is control. And I'm going to be talking today in the context of somebody who has minor children. Control over your money is very important. And when you have a will, you pass away, those assets, if you want to pass those assets on to your kids, if they're minors, once they turn 18 or once they turn 21, they get that money, no questions asked, no terms or conditions on that money, what they can spend it for. Now, I don't know about you, but if I got hundreds of thousands of dollars when I turned 18 or even 21, I would not have handled that money well. I might not have spent it on education. I might have spent it on other people, trips, bad business ideas, and a lot of other stuff that people maybe shouldn't be spending money on. Now, that can be contrasted with a trust. And when you have a trust, the terms can be almost anything you want them to be. That money can be distributed at different ages. So for example, somebody might get a third of that money when they're 25, a third when they're 30, and then a final third when they're 35. And up to and until that point of the first distribution, the trustee can still spend that money on their education and their health and their housing and lots of other things in their discretion that they want to spend that money on the kids for. And that's one reason why it's important to choose your trustee very carefully. Somebody that has good judgment and is willing to say no to something that maybe they shouldn't be spending money on for your children. Now, furthermore, why a trust might be preferable is that money can be saved, a certain portion of that money can be saved for future grandchildren that might not even exist yet. If you want to really leave a legacy, rather than leaving all of that money for your kids, some of that money can be held back and distributed to grandkids or put in education funds for grandkids when they reach a certain age, in the same way that you can leave that money in the trust until kids reach a certain age. And that is not something that's really possible to do with a will. Now, as a little bit of a word of caution, sometimes you can have too heavy of a controlling hand from the grave and put too many restrictions on that money when in the future there may need to be a little bit more flexibility. So that's one thing that you may need to be a little bit cautious about. You also may say, well, isn't it possible to create a trust inside of a will after your death? And that's absolutely possible. It's something that's called a testamentary trust. So all of that money goes into a trust that is created by the will at the time of your death. And the reason that that may not be a good idea for you is that that doesn't avoid all of the other reasons that a trust may be preferable. First, that money is going to have to go through probate. So you lose the tens of thousands of dollars that you're going to have to pay attorneys and the executor, whereas if you had a will, it doesn't go through probate, no probate costs. Second, you lose privacy. Probate is, remember, a government distribution process that goes through the courts and is open to the public. So any prying eyes that might want to get into your business about who got what and how much and who didn't get anything, all of that is gone if you create a testamentary trust. And then third is just simple hassle. The probate process can take a really long time, very often takes well over a year. So those are some of the reasons why you might not want to create that trust within a will and why it might be a good idea to create a revocable living trust now as opposed to a will as your central estate planning document. Thank you very much for watching this video. I have a couple other videos that involve talking about reasons 3 and 4 why a trust might be preferable to a will, and those reasons are privacy and simple time and hassle. Once again, thank you for watching. This is OC Estate Plan Lawyer Michael Pevney.